That was tough. This jump will kill you.
All right.
Come on. Get your head on your shoulders, man. Think about the fight. Clubber Lang's in here. He's trying to hurt you, Rock. He's trying to hurt you. Okay, here he comes. Jab. He's jabbing. He's trying to hurt you. He's hooking. Damn, Rock, come on. What's the matter with you?
Tomorrow. Let's do it tomorrow.
There is no tomorrow.
Today is an incredibly sad day for me. I mean, I'm so torn up, I can't even tell you. I'm just trying to hold it in because Carl Weathers was such an integral part of my life, my success, everything about it. I give him incredible credit and kudos because when he walked into that room and I saw him for the first time, I saw greatness, but I didn't realize how great. I never could have accomplished what we did with Rocky without him. He was absolutely brilliant. His voice, his size, his power, his athletic ability, but more importantly, his heart, his soul. It's a horrible loss. And I'm standing here in front of this painting because it was probably the last moment we were ever in the ring together, and I'll never forget it. He was magic, and I was so fortunate to be part of his life. So, Apollo, keep punching.
Wow, that's a tough one for me. Somebody big just died. Carl Weathers, the former NFL player turned legendary actor, is dead at 76 years old. He starred in the first 4 Rocky films, Predator, Happy Gilmore, The Mandalorian, and many more films and TV shows. My friend Mike North is here to help eulogize him. Mike, how are you, my friend? This is a big one.
I got to be honest with you. Nobody knew he was going to die. He didn't know he was going to die. I think he died in his sleep, probably of a heart attack. We don't know yet. You want to die, that's the way you want to die, in your sleep, but you don't want to die. You want to wake up the next day.
Yep.
So that's unfortunate for Carl. We'll get to Sylvester Stallone and Carl in a minute, but before we do that, we have to pay homage to our sponsors.
That's right.
And there's no doubt Carl Weathers is on his way to some funeral home somewhere. You need the funeral homes.
No doubt.
You need top flight funeral homes, no fly-by-nighters.
No,
I went by this place the other day. Takes up a whole block. Why not? People die every day. The fact of life. And who better to serve your family with dignity and grace, like Dad says, than Cumberland Chapels? That's right. Cumberland Chapels, plenty of room, plenty of parking, outstanding staff, walk you through everything.
Great reviews, Mike.
Unbelievable reviews. You know, just a classic American success story. Like I said, the Portillo's of funeral homes. Or Portillo's is the hot dog haven or a fast food haven of what Cumberland Chapels is to funeral homes, ladies and gentlemen. Just outstanding. Then just check everything out there, and then you go to Pennyville Station, where I was not too long ago. Outstanding. Sliders. Beautiful place. Good night scene. Look at that.
Beautiful.
Are you kidding me? And then it's across the street from the Park Ridge train station. Really hot scene down there now. A lot of the restaurants that were in Edison Park some of them are gone. A lot of the great restaurants now. Who the hell? Look at that.
Look at those guys.
Thank you, Lord, for hair. Thank you, Lord, for hair. That's all I'm ever going to say. I'll probably see Jesse Rogers and my good friend Tony and Tino Antonacci, the two guys there, just outstanding. So we appreciate that. We appreciate Pennyville Station. We appreciate Cumberland Chapels. Carl Weathers, I went and took BB to see Rocky.
Oh,
we were dating.
Best.
1976. Now, Joe, we'll talk about Joe in a minute because Joe's suffering. This is his first real loss.
This one hits deep, Mike.
Yeah, like Butkus hit deep for me. like
Yeah.
about 15 of them, because I'm at that age. You're not.
Right.
But I don't laugh about it. It's not funny. So anyway, well, it is funny. And anyway, how old are you anyway, Joe?
I'm 35, Mike.
Jesus, I forgot when I was 35. I never got tired when I was 35. I was going out at 10 o'clock when I was 35. Bottom line is, we go to see the movie. I think it was about $1.25 to get in. And I was still dating her. We went to Old Solace first. We used to stock up on Polish smorgasbord over there on Harlem and Irving. Then we
Nice.
got on over to the Norridge with a full belly, smelling like garlic, watching Rocky. To me, and this isn't talked about, without Apollo Creed, that franchise doesn't go where it goes.
Oh,
I mean,
absolutely.
I remember, and there he is. He played 8 games in the NFL. He played for
The
San
Raiders.
Diego State. He wanted to be an actor. John Madden cut him, told him he was too sensitive. This was the greatest.
Oh, the
Rocky,
best.
when he dresses up, and there's Burgess Meredith, Burt Young, Talia Shire. There he is in Predator with your big
Schwarzenegger.
friend. Look at him. Life's good. Life's good. And there he is in, of course, Happy Gilmore. Outstanding.
Classic.
And you know what's funny? We hadn't seen him for a while. It seemed like he was typecast as Apollo Creed. You know what I'm saying? And for a while, he was in other things. But I remember after we left the theater that night, I go, who was the guy that played Apollo Creed? He had Ali. Now, I don't know how many people know this, but Sylvester Stallone sort of ripped off the Chuck Wepner story.
Totally. 100%.
Ripped it off, made Chuck Wepner, who has his own movie out, and it's pretty good, but it's the real Chuck Wepner story where cocaine, extramarital affairs, selling liquor, bone breaker. Well, Stallone just turned Chuck Wepner into a nice guy, an underdog into Rocky.
Yeah.
And the reason is they settled out of court. Chuck Wepner knew it was his story. So now he's got to pick a guy like an Ali type. Couldn't have picked a better guy to play Muhammad Ali, right?
I mean, he was a better Muhammad Ali than Muhammad Ali.
He was. And he was built like a brick. He was athletic. He was a great boxer. They had great scenes. I mean, I don't know if you've seen the second Rocky.
Oh, I've seen them all.
Outtakes, the choreograph. When they choreograph
the choreography. Yeah, it's wild, isn't it?
Yeah. And they got hurt doing it. And what's amazing is, and let me just get to some personals here for my guy before I go on my spiel here. You can add some things if you'd like, because this is a big night for you. You're busting your cherry here. This is your bar mitzvah, so to speak. This is your first deal hit. I mean, the other guys hurt you. But when I told you Joyce Randolph died, you go, that's great. Who is she? You know what I mean?
100%.
But did you like him? What did you like him besides the Rocky? Did you like him the best in Rocky? Because
obviously Rocky's what kind of pulled me in to Carl Weathers. But Rocky was the first movie my wife and I watched together as a couple because we were big Rocky fans.
There you go.
And like our second date, we watched Rocky 2, so on and so forth. I've seen Rocky my whole life. Love the Rocky movies, but I grew up with him in Happy Gilmore, where he was a classic as Chubbs. Yeah. Of course, I saw him in the Predator films. And then more recently, as you can tell by some of my background, is I'm a big Star Wars Mandalorian fan. He was great on The Mandalorian as Grief Karga. And then he also directed some episodes of The Mandalorian. So love all of Carl's work. And it's a huge loss for me personally.
Yeah, and he was born on January 14th, 1948 in New Orleans. Died February 1st, 76 in his sleep in Los Angeles. Went to San Diego State University. Had 2 kids. Married to 3 women. Not at the same time. Mary Ann Castle.
You never know.
Hey, he was Carl
Apollo
Weathers.
would.
Let me tell you something. Carl Weathers had to have a happy time when he was in Hollywood. Okay? I mean, he was that.
Look at him.
Stud. And the cool thing about him was he read for the movie, and Stallone did the his part, the Rocky
Yeah.
part, and he didn't do well. And they said, well, what's the problem? He goes, well, if you gave me a real actor to work with. He said that to Stallone. Stallone didn't take it personal. And Stallone hired him. A lot of guys would have said, screw this guy. Okay?
Sure.
But they ended up being friends. But then they were licensing stuff, and he needed some film for Creed. The Dolph Lundgren said yes.
Yeah.
Who else said yes? It's Mr. T said you could use footage.
Mm-hmm.
And Apollo Creed said, and Carl Weathers told Stallone, no, I want money. And they had a little bit of a falling out. But then who patches it up? Sylvester Stallone. That's
No doubt.
the thing.
It's always Sly.
It takes a lot of, hey, there's people that are mad at each other forever, but then he ends up making a movie, Creed,
Yeah.
And
Creed, and then Creed 2, and then they did 3. I don't think Stallone was involved with the third one.
No, but I mean, look,
I'm sure
I
he's
get a
making
kick out of
something off it.
people. When somebody dies now, to be cool on social media, they always add, it says, star of Rocky, Apollo Creed dies. Well, he was good in Happy Gilmore. He really was. And then another guy will go, oh, in Predator, and everything. And then somebody else will go, what's that one? I haven't even
The
seen
Mandalorian, yeah.
Oh, Mandalorian. Look, the rest of them, here's Apollo Creed in the annals of American film going.
Yeah,
Okay?
Apollo Creed's all the
And
way
then
up
the
there.
rest, you ready? It's a plane. You ready? I don't care how good he was. It's losing altitude because that's a legendary character. That's his character. Nobody. I know someday they'll try to do a remake. They try to do a remake.
Oh,
of everything.
God, I hope not, man.
Oh, God help us, but I never thought they'd do remakes that they're making now.
That's
They're
true.
going to do a remake of It's a Wonderful Life. Are they
kidding really? Me?
Yes.
Oh, no, that's my favorite movie of all time. They better not.
Right. Who's gonna play Jimmy Stewart's role?
It's
Kevin
impossible.
Hart? I mean, they want to ruin everything. Listen, Carl Weathers, there'll never be another guy that could play that role.
100%, Mike. Not even close.
Not even, they picked the right people. Burgess Meredith. It became one of the great ensembles of all time.
Burt Ward.
He puts Burt Ward.
Burt Young, sorry.
Yeah, Burt Ward was great as Robin. But that's beside the point. Yeah. What's her name? The one that played Connie in The Godfather. Talia Shire. These people are all great as an ensemble. And when they talk about Godfather 1 and Godfather 2, you better talk about Rocky 1 and Rocky 2. Sequels are hard. The sequel to a first movie doesn't usually go well. Godfather 2.
And it's
Rocky
normally
1.
not anywhere near as good.
They're not. And this one, Rocky 2, was good.
2. The first 4 were dynamite.
He knocked it out of the park. And then you go, well.
And then 5, we're not going to talk about 5.
Well, it's okay, though. But at least, but you still would, and you saw it. Okay. It was losing steam. I don't want to see Die Hard 4. I never wanted to see Die Hard 3. I haven't even seen Die Hard 2. I saw the first one. I said, it's not going to get better than that. The Rocky movies actually got better. Even though the one in 1976 won for Best Picture.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. So it was a shock to everybody. And I know that he was also at a small part in Close Encounters of the Third Kind. There he is. Mm-hmm. Look at that. That's for the dorks out there. Star Wars. Look at my guy. Look good for 76.
He looked good all the way through, man.
Me and you are going to go out and have something to eat. Look at
the burger.
Look at these two. Yeah, but he was good in this other movie. Shut up. That's him right there. His career is defined as a great actor, but his defining role. It's not even close. And he was good in Happy Gilmore, like you said. It's not close. Apollo Creed is like, you could put those two. I don't know. Are they in the Smithsonian yet? They should be.
I would be surprised if they're not. They probably should be.
My God. I mean, it's a legendary movie. And then Stallone tops himself. Well, I'm bored. I think I'll do like a character like this guy Rambo. And then he gets to, I mean, the guy's unbelievable. You know, so between Weathers, I thought was the better actor in Rocky 1. Then I thought Stallone's came on. I think Stallone was directing, he was writing, he was doing everything. But he came out. And well, thank you. Shout out to you making the day. Well, you know what? There's not much. And here's another thing. Usually the people that we talk about, we've been fortunate the last couple ones. Joyce Randolph was great. You know, there's no scandal with Joyce, you know.
No.
And this guy either. This guy either. He was just a clean living guy who everybody seemed to love, Joe.
Stayed out of the headlines. The catalog of films he was in, Mike. I mean, I know you said Rocky kind of was started at the top and everything went down, but if you think about it, his catalog
is
great, unbelievable.
Well,
any actor would kill for that.
Well, Jack Nicholson. I mean, there's certain guys. I mean,
sure.
Second banana. That's what he was. He was a first banana. It's like the Honeymooners, Jackie Gleason, Ed Norton. Without Rocky, without Apollo Creed, that they never last 6.
There's no Rocky. There's
nothing, and he knows it. And
that movie doesn't win an Oscar without Apollo Creed either.
Stallone makes me proud to be Italian. He does. Believe me when I tell you this. Class act. Rocky, he did. Semi-Tough. He's in Semi-Tough. It's a great football movie. Rocky 2, Rocky 3, Rocky 4. Predator as Colonel Al Dillon. That was great. That's a great movie. I haven't seen that for a long time. Yeah. Of course, it's not the movie you want to run on the road or, you know, regular basis. Don't play it around the holidays. Little Nicky, Happy Gilmore.
I didn't realize he was in Little Nicky as Chubbs. I noticed that when I was doing some homework.
Yeah, I've never seen that, but I was doing the stuff earlier. Chicago, it's TV shows, Chicago Justice, The Mandalorian.
And Mike, more recently, for some of the kids out there, he was in Toy Story 4.
4. Yes.
He was a character named Combat Carl, which I think is hysterical.
Yeah, he was Action Jackson, too. And I never saw it, but, you know, to me, I don't care about the other stuff all that much. I did like him in Happy Gilmore. I did like him in Predator. But to me, Apollo Creed shocked everybody, and we're going to miss him. He's one of the great, and the boxing scenes with him and Stallone are as good as they ever is. The only ones that are close is Raging Bull with De Niro. Yeah. But then when it comes to choreography, the Rocky movies.
And also you have to give a huge shout out to Bill Conti, the composer of the soundtrack for the Rocky movies, because man, that soundtrack's so iconic.
And James Brown, Living in America, and Frank Stallone, who also sang
Take It Back.
Yeah.
Do.
Oh, yeah. Joe's grooving tonight, ladies and gentlemen. It's a celebration.
You could tell I'm a Rocky fan.
Oh, yeah. I go. And by the way, to let everybody know, 30 pounds heavier ago, a year older now than when I was with Joe. Wasn't even involved in this show.
That's right.
When we did our show on Jimmy Carter, who was supposed to die in days, and he's been alive. People I've known have died more sooner than Jimmy Carter. He's been alive. Who's in hospice for 10 months, 11 months, right?
If you would have told me that Jimmy Carter would have outlived Carl Weathers, I would have called you a liar.
His wife was healthy. He goes, and then she went in hospice. She lasted.
She
2
died
days.
Immediately.
Like he put a pillow over her face. I mean, enough. You know.
Well, did you see him? He looks like
Benjamin
the Crypt Keeper.
Yeah, he's about 2'1" now. You know, people go, "Where's Jimmy?" He's down there. Anyway, where's Carl Weathers? He's with the Lord. And Joe took this hard. He was almost weeping when we came on. Joe, I'll let you lead us out now. And thanks, everybody. And thanks to Cumberland Chapel. And thanks to, of course, Pennyville.
Yep, absolutely. Huge thanks to our sponsors. And, of course, we'll just get out of here. thinking of Apollo Creed, and
Let's just get out of here.
well, I'm saying we'll get out of here remembering Apollo Creed, Carl Weathers,
Yeah.
and as we'll do what Stallone said in his opening thoughts on Carl Weathers, and like they always said, Rocky back and forth. Apollo, keep punching.
Hey, I'm gonna miss you. Hey. So long, everybody.
See you next time.